Have you ever felt like the whole world was against you? Like every challenge, every obstacle, and every twist of fate was deliberately placed to test your patience, your strength, your resilience? It's a feeling many of us know all too well. But what if I told you there's a way to turn this feeling into a source of strength and wisdom? Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, faced unthinkable challenges. From managing wars and plagues to bearing the weight of a massive empire, he endured hardships most of us could hardly imagine. And yet, it was in these trials that he found some of his most profound insights, lessons that he recorded in his private reflections, which would later be known as meditations. Today, we're going to dive into Marcus Aurelius's advice on handling life when it feels like everything is against you. His approach, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, offers a timeless roadmap for turning adversity into growth. Change your perspective. In life, we all encounter moments when the weight of challenges can feel overwhelming. Obstacles and hardships might make us question our path or even our strength to carry on. However, Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, teaches us that these obstacles are not merely barriers to be removed or avoided. Rather, they are opportunities for personal and spiritual growth. This powerful idea lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy, urging us to change our perspective on difficulties. Marcus wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the very thing blocking our path can become the path itself, guiding us to a new level of understanding and resilience. Obstacles, from a Stoic viewpoint, are teachers. They present us with the opportunity to examine our character, to stretch our capacity for patience, and to learn the power of resilience. The Stoics believed that our reactions to events define our experiences more than the events themselves. This concept is central to Stoic thought. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can control how we interpret and respond to those events. Marcus Aurelius encouraged himself with the reminder, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This insight is not about ignoring the reality of a difficult situation, but rather about choosing a productive, empowered perspective. When we shift our view from, "Why is this happening to me?" to "How can I learn from this experience?" Component placement. We move from a place of helplessness to one of strength. By embracing obstacles as necessary and valuable, we no longer fear challenges. Instead, we look to them as unique opportunities to grow. To a Stoic, life is a continuous journey towards self-improvement. Challenges are stepping stones on this journey, each one offering a valuable lesson. Marcus Aurelius recognized that adversity is often what forces us to confront our weaknesses, refine our strengths, and reinforce our inner stability. He wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, which highlights how our perspective shapes our entire experience of life." For instance, imagine facing a situation where you're confronted by failure. Instead of seeing it as a reflection of your inadequacy, you could interpret it as an invitation to reevaluate your methods, to grow your skills, and to become wiser. This shift in perception enables you to transform what might initially feel like a setback into a valuable, formative experience. Consider a mountain climber faced with an unexpected storm midway through the ascent. The storm is not within the climber's control. However, the response to it is. Does the climber succumb to fear and frustration, or does the climber see it as a test of their preparation, adaptability, and resilience? By adapting to challenges rather than resisting them, we become more resilient and capable in our journey. Marcus Aurelius would argue that by viewing each step of the climb, even the unexpected storms, as part of our growth, we become empowered. One of the most powerful shifts we can make is to change how we perceive fear. When confronted with difficulty, fear can paralyze us, making the obstacle appear larger and more daunting. However, by shifting our perspective from fear to curiosity, we can begin to see challenges as intriguing puzzles rather than threats. This concept echoes Marcus Aurelius's words, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. And it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now." This practice of curiosity involves asking questions such as, what can I learn from this errors? How can this experience make me better? By reframing situations in this way, we can shift our mental state from one of anxiety to one of discovery. Curiosity replaces fear, allowing us to approach challenges with a sense of openness and even eagerness, which paves the way for transformation. The Stoics saw acceptance as a crucial component of resilience. Accepting the things we cannot change enables us to focus on the things we can influence. This doesn't mean passive surrender, but rather a realistic appraisal of our situation. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." By adopting this attitude, we stop wasting energy on resisting reality and instead direct it toward constructive action. This perspective grants us the freedom to deal with challenges in a way that builds resilience and character, rather than frustration and bitterness. Imagine someone facing a tough financial situation. They could choose to focus on the unfairness of their circumstances, or embrace the challenge, learning how to manage resources better, perhaps even gaining new skills along the way. This acceptance doesn't negate the difficulty, but uses it as a stepping stone to self-improvement. One unique aspect of Stoicism is its emphasis on gratitude for challenges. Marcus Aurelius viewed every experience, even the unpleasant ones, as a gift. He often reminded himself to be grateful, not just for the good things in life, but also for the trials, as they were crucial to his growth and understanding. Practicing gratitude in times of difficulty can be transformative. When we view our struggles as opportunities rather than punishments, we cultivate a mindset that seeks value in all experiences. This is a powerful practice for building a resilient spirit, as it encourages us to embrace rather than resist life's natural ebb and flow. Shifting our perspective to align with Stoic principles requires practice and patience. Here are some steps to get started. Reflect on past challenges. Think back to difficult times and identify how they contributed to your growth. This can help you see present challenges as similar opportunities. Use journaling for perspective. Journaling, a practice Marcus Aurelius himself used, is a powerful tool to clarify and adjust your perspective. Write down your challenges and reflect on possible lessons they may hold. Practice reframing. When faced with a hardship, actively reframe it as an opportunity. Instead of saying, "I'm stuck," try saying, "I have the chance to become stronger and more resourceful." Seek role models. Look to individuals who have overcome adversity and try to understand how they viewed their struggles. Learning from others can give us valuable insights into how to view our challenges. Daily affirmations. Use Stoic affirmations as a reminder to focus on what you can control. For example, "I cannot control what happens, but I can control my response." Changing your perspective is not just a mental exercise, but a transformative way of engaging with the world. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that by choosing how we view our circumstances, we shape the quality of our lives. Each challenge is an invitation to become stronger, wiser, and more aligned with our highest values. In every difficult moment, remind yourself of the words of Marcus Aurelius. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Obstacles are not here to break us, but to help us discover our true strength. Embrace each challenge with an open mind and a courageous heart, for within each adversity lies the seed of personal growth and deeper understanding. Through Stoic wisdom, we can see that the road to resilience and peace lies not in avoiding challenges, but in transforming the way we perceive and respond to them. 2. Embrace control over your reactions. In the journey of life, we encounter countless experiences, some joyous, some challenging, and many beyond our control. From the Stoic perspective, the way we respond to these events shapes who we are. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, embraced the idea that while we can't control external events, we have complete control over our reactions to them. This mindset shift, embracing control over our reactions, lies at the heart of Stoicism. Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." It's a reminder that regardless of what happens around us, our internal world remains within our control. Stoics believe that life can be divided into two categories: things within our control and things outside of it. Things outside our control include events, other people's actions, and outcomes. However, our judgments, actions, and responses remain within our power. This distinction frees us from the exhausting task of trying to control the uncontrollable, focusing our energy instead on what we can influence. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, advised, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." By letting go of attachment to specific outcomes, we can cultivate peace of mind and build resilience. This philosophy encourages us to focus on doing our best in every situation without clinging to the results. When life throws unexpected challenges our way, we often feel tempted to react impulsively. But Marcus Aurelius taught that true power lies in choosing our response. In his Meditations, he wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By choosing to respond mindfully rather than reacting reflexively, we reclaim our inner peace and fortify our resilience." Imagine you're facing an unexpected disappointment, such as not getting a job you worked hard for. In this situation, the initial reaction may be one of frustration or even resentment. But by taking a pause, breathing deeply, and reflecting on how to respond constructively, we can transform this disappointment into an opportunity for growth. Perhaps we use it to improve our skills or to explore new directions. When we respond thoughtfully, we shift from victimhood to empowerment. One of the most challenging aspects of Stoic thought is learning to detach from outcomes. We often have expectations, whether about relationships, careers, or personal goals. But attaching ourselves too strongly to these expectations can lead to suffering when things don't go as planned. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to accept whatever happens, saying, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs." Detachment isn't about giving up or becoming indifferent. Rather, it's about doing our best and letting go of the need for control over the results. By focusing on the process and the effort, rather than the end result, we find a more stable foundation for inner peace. For example, if you're working on a project that means a lot to you, pour your heart into it. Do your absolute best, but then release any anxiety over how it will be received or what others will think. By detaching from the outcome, you free yourself from worry and instead find satisfaction in your efforts and dedication. Mindfulness, the act of staying present in the moment, is essential to mastering our reactions. By cultivating awareness, we create a space between stimulus and response, allowing us to choose our actions consciously. In moments of frustration, anger, or disappointment, mindfulness enables us to pause and check in with ourselves before reacting. This principle is embedded in Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. He wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Mindfulness allows us to examine our judgments, recognize our emotional triggers, and respond in a way that aligns with our values. Let's say you're caught in a situation where someone has criticized you unfairly. The immediate reaction might be defensive or even hostile. But by practicing mindfulness, you can pause, observe your initial reaction, and respond calmly. This doesn't mean ignoring the situation, but choosing a response that maintains your composure and preserves your integrity. Resilience, the ability to endure hardship and bounce back from difficulties, is a core aspect of Stoic philosophy. By embracing control over our reactions, we cultivate a form of resilience that is grounded in inner strength. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This means embodying resilience by aligning our actions with our values, regardless of external circumstances. Life may present us with situations that test our patience, endurance, and resolve. Perhaps a friend has let us down, or a plan we counted on falls apart. Rather than lamenting over the unfairness, we can choose to see these situations as opportunities to build character. By focusing on how we respond, we transform adversity into a tool for growth, creating a stronger, more resilient self. Another aspect of controlling our reactions is taking full responsibility for our choices. The Stoics emphasized accountability, as this empowers us to shape our lives consciously. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." This wisdom suggests that, even when others act unfairly, we have the power to choose our response, resisting the urge to act out of anger or spite. Taking responsibility means that regardless of how others behave, we remain accountable for our actions. Imagine you're dealing with a difficult coworker who is constantly undermining your efforts. While it may be tempting to retaliate, you could instead choose to respond with professionalism and integrity, focusing on what you can control your own behavior. In this way, we turn challenges into opportunities to demonstrate our values, maintaining our dignity and sense of purpose. Acceptance, often misunderstood, is a vital Stoic practice that complements controlling our reactions. When we accept the reality of a situation without resistance, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius encouraged himself with the words, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." This mindset helps us cultivate inner peace by focusing on what we can control and releasing what we cannot. Imagine facing a sudden financial setback. While the instinct might be to feel overwhelmed, acceptance allows us to take a step back and calmly assess our options. By accepting the reality of the situation, we can focus on constructive actions to improve our circumstances. This approach doesn't mean ignoring the challenge, but approaching it with clarity and composure. To incorporate Stoic principles into our daily lives, here are some practical steps. Pause before responding. When confronted with a challenge or negative emotion, take a deep breath and allow yourself a moment of reflection. This pause can prevent impulsive reactions. Identify what's within your control. In any situation, ask yourself, what aspects of this are within my control? This simple question shifts your focus from external factors to your own agency. Practice detachment. Release attachment to specific outcomes by reminding yourself that the process and effort are more valuable than the results. Choose constructive reactions. Align your responses with your values. If patience, kindness, or integrity are important to you, let these guide your actions even in difficult times. Reflect and learn. At the end of each day, reflect on your reactions to various situations. Consider what you did well and what you could improve upon. This reflection strengthens your ability to control future responses. Controlling our reactions isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending that challenges don't affect us. Instead, it's about cultivating mastery over ourselves, finding strength in our ability to choose our responses consciously. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. By choosing our thoughts and responses, we shape the quality of our lives. In a world filled with unpredictability, our power lies in our ability to respond wisely, courageously, and with integrity. Life will inevitably throw challenges our way, but with the Stoic mindset, we can approach each one as an opportunity to build inner strength and resilience. So, the next time life presents a difficult situation, remember the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. While you may not control the event, you control your reaction. And in that control lies true strength. 3. Accept impermanence and let go of fear. Life is filled with change and uncertainty. The ancient Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, understood that everything in life, our possessions, relationships, and even our struggles, is temporary. This concept of impermanence is a central theme in Stoic philosophy and serves as a powerful tool for facing challenges. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." By accepting impermanence, we can face life's obstacles with calm resilience instead of fear, freeing ourselves from worry and finding the courage to live fully in each moment. To grasp the importance of impermanence, it's essential to recognize that everything in life is in a constant state of flux. The people we meet, the experiences we have, and even our thoughts and feelings are not fixed. They change, evolve, and eventually fade away. This reality can be daunting because, as humans, we often seek stability and permanence. But by resisting change, we set ourselves up for suffering. The Stoics remind us that when we embrace impermanence, we gain freedom from the fear of loss. Aurelius often wrote about the fleeting nature of life. In Meditations, he reflected, "Observe constantly that all things take place by change, and accustom yourself to consider that the nature of the universe loves nothing so much as to change." Accepting impermanence doesn't mean becoming indifferent to life. Instead, it means valuing each moment without clinging to it, knowing that change is a natural part of existence. One of the greatest fears we face is the fear of loss, whether it's losing loved ones, wealth, or even our health. This fear can create immense anxiety and prevent us from fully enjoying what we have. Marcus Aurelius taught that by accepting impermanence, we reduce this fear. When we stop expecting things to last forever, we free ourselves from the worry of losing them. Consider how we often hold on to things fearing that their loss will bring unhappiness. However, by adopting the Stoic mindset, we can shift our focus from what we might lose to what we have right now. This attitude encourages us to appreciate the present moment more deeply and reduces the anxiety that comes from worrying about the future. Aurelius himself practiced this principle in his daily life, as he reminded himself to stay grounded in the present. He wrote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it." By adjusting our judgments and embracing impermanence, we can find peace even in uncertain times. Letting go is one of the hardest things we can do, yet it is a core element of Stoic resilience. When we learn to let go of attachments, we empower ourselves to face life's challenges with calm and courage. Marcus Aurelius saw this as a way to build inner strength. In letting go, we relinquish the desire to control everything, understanding that many aspects of life are simply beyond our grasp. Imagine a situation where you face a major life change, such as moving to a new city, ending a relationship, or losing a job. The initial response might be fear or sadness, as we cling to what we know. But by embracing impermanence, we can find a new perspective. Instead of seeing change as a threat, we see it as a natural part of life. This shift enables us to let go of fear, approach new situations with resilience, and adapt to whatever life brings. Marcus Aurelius encouraged this approach, saying, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." By welcoming experiences as they come and releasing them as they go, we build inner strength and resilience that help us navigate even the most challenging times. When we accept that everything is temporary, we begin to appreciate the present more deeply. Often, we either dwell on the past or worry about the future, missing out on the beauty of the present moment. The Stoics remind us that life is short and that each moment should be valued. Marcus Aurelius's advice was to confine yourself to the present. By focusing on the here and now, we cultivate a sense of peace and satisfaction that is not reliant on external conditions. Imagine spending time with a friend or family member, knowing that these moments are not guaranteed to last forever. Instead of letting your mind drift to future worries or past regrets, try immersing yourself in the present moment. This shift in focus allows you to experience a deeper connection and appreciation for life as it unfolds. Practicing mindfulness, a concept closely aligned with Stoicism, can help us stay grounded in the present. By paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment, we become more aware of life's fleeting nature. This awareness leads to gratitude and a richer experience of each moment, unhindered by the fear of what might come. A significant part of accepting impermanence is learning to live with uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and trying to control every outcome is both exhausting and futile. Marcus Aurelius saw uncertainty as an opportunity to practice resilience, encouraging us to meet whatever comes our way with a prepared mind and a calm heart. When faced with an uncertain situation, instead of fearing the unknown, we can remind ourselves of the Stoic mindset. We may not control what happens, but we control how we respond. Aurelius emphasized the importance of being adaptable and flexible, writing, "Adapt yourself to the things among which your lot has been cast, and love sincerely the fellow creatures with whom destiny has ordained that you shall live." This adaptability allows us to face life's unknowns with courage, knowing we are prepared to handle whatever comes. While change often brings discomfort, it also offers opportunities for growth. The Stoics viewed every experience, whether positive or negative, as a lesson. Marcus Aurelius believed that obstacles and challenges are essential for building resilience. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." By viewing change as an invitation to grow, we transform our fears into a source of strength. Consider a time when you faced a difficult situation that eventually helped you grow. Perhaps it was a failure that led to valuable insights or a setback that forced you to develop new skills. By embracing impermanence, we see that each challenge contributes to our journey, allowing us to emerge stronger and more resilient. Practical steps to embrace impermanence. Incorporating the Stoic principle of impermanence into daily life involves mindful practice. Here are some practical steps. Reflect on the temporary nature of life. Take a few moments each day to remind yourself that everything, both the good and the challenging, is temporary. This reflection can help you appreciate the present and reduce anxiety about the future. Practice gratitude for the present. By focusing on what you have right now, you become less attached to what might come. Expressing gratitude daily is a powerful way to embrace impermanence and find joy in the present moment. Let go of what you cannot control. When faced with uncertainty, remember that trying to control the future only creates anxiety. Focus instead on what you can control: your actions, attitude, and mindset. Accept change as part of life. Recognize that change is inevitable and necessary for growth. When facing a new challenge, remind yourself that this too is temporary and may bring valuable lessons. Cultivate inner strength. Use adversity as an opportunity to build resilience. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." By developing inner strength, we become better equipped to handle change. Finding peace through acceptance. At its core, accepting impermanence is about finding peace within ourselves. Marcus Aurelius urged, "Be content with what you are, and wish not change, nor dread your last day, nor long for it." This acceptance allows us to experience a deep sense of peace, free from the constant struggle against life's natural flow. By accepting that everything, including ourselves, is impermanent, we release the need to cling to what we cannot hold. This acceptance does not mean giving up. Rather, It means living fully, courageously, and without fear. The Stoic perspective offers us the wisdom to face life with a steady heart, embracing each moment as it comes and letting go as it passes. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius reminds us that life is an ever-changing journey. By accepting impermanence, we release ourselves from fear and open our hearts to the beauty of the present. We learn that, while everything in life is temporary, the strength and resilience we build within ourselves endure. In the end, accepting impermanence and letting go of fear is about finding freedom. We free ourselves from the burden of trying to control everything, allowing life to flow as it will. And in this freedom, we discover a profound courage, the courage to face whatever life brings, armed with the wisdom of our Stoic principles and the strength of our inner peace. Practice gratitude. Even in difficult times. Gratitude is often thought of as a response to positive experiences. Yet for the Stoics, gratitude extended beyond moments of comfort or success. Marcus Aurelius believed in cultivating gratitude for every aspect of life, including its challenges. In his meditations, he urged himself to be thankful for every experience, seeing each moment, good or bad, as a unique opportunity for growth. This perspective teaches us that adversity is not merely something to endure, but something that enriches our lives, shaping our character and fortifying our resilience. The idea of gratitude in Stoicism is less about the fleeting pleasure of happy moments, and more about the enduring value of life's lessons. The Stoics saw gratitude as an essential practice for cultivating inner peace. They believed that by consciously appreciating everything, including hardship, we train ourselves to focus less on what is lacking and more on what is present. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled as emperor during times of war, disease, and personal loss, maintained this gratitude-centered mindset throughout his life. His reflections reveal an understanding that each experience, whether joyous or painful, has value. In Meditations, he wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." These words remind us that even amid difficulties, the mere act of existing is a gift worth cherishing. Gratitude during challenging times might seem counterintuitive. When we're in pain or feeling overwhelmed, our first instinct is often to focus on what's going wrong. However, the Stoics believe that hardship presents an opportunity to exercise and strengthen our virtues. By finding something to appreciate, even in dark times, we develop resilience and an enduring sense of peace. Imagine facing a difficult situation, such as losing a job or dealing with illness. While it's natural to feel frustrated or discouraged, practicing gratitude can shift your perspective. For example, you might express gratitude for the support of loved ones, the lessons you're learning about patience, or the chance to explore new paths in life. This doesn't diminish the difficulty of the experience, but it allows you to see beyond the immediate pain to the possibilities for growth and strength. Marcus Aurelius offered guidance for these moments, advising, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Obstacles, rather than blocking our path, help us develop inner resources like patience, courage, and wisdom. In practicing gratitude, we acknowledge these benefits and recognize that hardship has a purpose beyond causing us suffering. Imagine starting each day by reflecting on 3 things you're grateful for. These could be small things: a warm cup of coffee, a kind word from a friend, or simply the sunshine. By consistently acknowledging these positive aspects, we strengthen our ability to remain calm and grounded during turbulent times. This daily practice fosters a mindset that seeks out the good in every situation, even when life is challenging. The Stoics understood the power of such routines, which Aurelius demonstrated in his own life. He practiced gratitude daily, often reminding himself of the beauty in simple things. This intentional practice served as an anchor, allowing him to face adversity with a calm mind and an open heart. Through gratitude, he transformed challenges into opportunities to cultivate resilience. The practice of gratitude doesn't just build resilience, It also brings a profound sense of inner peace. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we let go of envy, regret, and bitterness. This release brings clarity and a sense of contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances. Consider how often we get caught up in the pursuit of things we believe will make us happy, whether it's success, wealth, or approval. Yet once we obtain them, the satisfaction is often fleeting. Gratitude, on the other hand, offers a lasting sense of peace by reminding us that happiness is already within reach. The Stoics believed that true contentment comes from appreciating what we already have, rather than constantly seeking more. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." This powerful reflection teaches us to focus on the present and to value what we have. Through gratitude, we cultivate a mind that finds peace in the present moment, unburdened by the desire for more. Cultivating gratitude, particularly in difficult times, takes practice. Here are some steps inspired by Stoic principles that can help make gratitude a daily habit. Daily reflection. Start each day with a moment of gratitude. Reflect on 3 things you are grateful for, and be as specific as possible. This practice sets a positive tone for the day and helps you build resilience over time. Gratitude journal. Keep a journal where you record experiences that bring you gratitude. This can include both pleasant and challenging moments. Over time, you'll create a record of gratitude that can serve as a reminder of life's richness, even in difficult times. Reframe challenges. When facing a tough situation, try to find one small aspect of it for which you are grateful. It might be the lesson you're learning, the people who are supporting you, or simply the chance to grow. This reframing helps you shift your focus from the problem to the opportunity. Express appreciation to others. Make a habit of expressing gratitude to the people in your life. Whether through a simple thank you or a heartfelt note, acknowledging others strengthens relationships and fosters a supportive environment, especially during tough times. Reflect on Stoic quotes. Return to the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers for guidance. Their words can remind you of the power of gratitude and help you stay grounded in life's lessons. Life is unpredictable, and with uncertainty often comes fear. Gratitude offers a way to navigate these unknowns with grace. By focusing on the present and appreciating what is within our control, we cultivate a mindset that is resilient to life's unpredictability. Imagine waiting for important news or facing an uncertain future. While it's natural to feel anxious, gratitude can bring you back to the present moment. Instead of worrying about what might happen, focus on what you have right now. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Confine yourself to the present." In practicing gratitude for the present, we let go of fear and find peace, knowing that we can handle whatever comes our way. While it's easy to be grateful for positive experiences, the real growth occurs when we find gratitude for our struggles. Life's challenges teach us resilience, empathy, and strength. They reveal our inner capabilities and remind us of the value of perseverance. When we face hardship, we often emerge with a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. Gratitude allows us to recognize these benefits, seeing challenges not as setbacks, but as essential parts of our journey. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig." This quote encourages us to look inward, finding the lessons and strengths that come from adversity. In the end, gratitude is more than a practice, it's a transformative way of seeing the world. By choosing gratitude, we choose to focus on life's gifts rather than its limitations. We see every experience as an opportunity to grow, finding joy in the simplest moments and resilience in the face of hardship. Through gratitude, we create a mindset that is calm, resilient, and content. We cultivate a sense of peace that no external circumstance can shake. Marcus Aurelius's approach to gratitude serves as a reminder that, even in the darkest times, there is something to appreciate, something to hold on to. And by practicing gratitude daily, we build an inner strength that grounds us in life's storms, allowing us to face each day with a heart full of quiet resilience and peace. 5. Focus on your inner values. In times of adversity, when life feels overwhelming and everything seems out of control, Marcus Aurelius's writings encourage us to turn inward and ground ourselves in our core values. Values like honesty, kindness, resilience, and integrity serve as an inner compass, guiding us when external events spiral beyond our influence. Marcus believed that by consistently upholding these principles we can find clarity, strength, and purpose, even in the most challenging circumstances. The Stoic philosophers viewed values not as abstract ideals, but as actionable principles to live by each day. For Marcus Aurelius, values represented a stable foundation, a sense of internal order that could withstand any external chaos. He famously wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." These words emphasize the significance of aligning our actions and words with what is right and truthful, rather than reacting impulsively to the chaos around us. Values, according to Marcus, offer a path to resilience by grounding us in a purpose that remains unshaken by external circumstances. When faced with adversity, he didn't seek comfort in the outcome of events, but rather in the knowledge that he had acted according to his principles. This sense of alignment between values and actions allowed him to remain calm and focused, regardless of how difficult or uncertain his surroundings became. When life feels challenging, it's natural to feel out of control or to react impulsively. In these moments, we can draw strength from our values. Marcus Aurelius's approach reminds us to pause, reflect, and consider what truly matters before responding. This small act of reflection can shift our focus from external events, which are often beyond our control, to our inner response, which we can always influence. Imagine going through a period of financial hardship, relationship struggles, or health issues. In such moments, returning to your core values, whether it's honesty, compassion, patience, or perseverance, can offer a steady foundation. Instead of getting lost in worry, anger, or fear, you can ground yourself in these principles, using them to guide your actions and decisions. By asking, "What value do I want to uphold in this situation?" you shift your perspective from helplessness to empowerment, as you realize that you always have control over how you choose to respond. In an unpredictable world, values serve as anchors. They remind us of who we are and what we stand for, regardless of our circumstances. Marcus Aurelius observed that much of life is beyond our control, yet our values are something we can always return to, giving us stability when everything else is uncertain. He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." This statement emphasizes the power of taking decisive, value-driven actions rather than getting caught up in endless contemplation or doubt. When we act according to our values, we find a sense of calm and certainty, even when faced with challenges. This steadiness is not dependent on our situation but rooted in our character. If kindness is a core value, for example, choosing kindness during a conflict not only helps us feel grounded, but also brings a sense of clarity and peace, reminding us of what truly matters. Living by your values starts with clearly defining what they are. While values can vary from person to person, taking time to identify and understand your core principles is essential for maintaining resilience and purpose. Marcus Aurelius valued integrity, humility, and wisdom, and these guided his choices throughout his life. You might find similar values resonate with you, or perhaps values like courage, honesty, and gratitude feel more relevant to your experiences. Once defined, these values should serve as a guiding framework for decisions and actions. For instance, If resilience is a value you wish to cultivate, then, in moments of struggle, you might challenge yourself to endure with grace, focusing on learning from the experience rather than seeking an immediate escape. By consciously practicing your values, they become habits that fortify your character and deepen your resilience over time. Integrity was one of Marcus Aurelius's most prized values. He believed that a strong character was more important than status, wealth, or success. This commitment to integrity meant that, as a leader, he constantly sought to make fair and just decisions, even if they were unpopular or difficult. He advised himself to always do what is right, not what is easy. For Marcus, maintaining integrity provided a sense of inner peace, knowing he was true to himself and his principles. Similarly, by acting with integrity, we reinforce our commitment to our values, strengthening our self-respect and inner resilience. When we know that we've acted according to our principles, even in tough situations, we gain confidence in our ability to face future challenges. This self-assurance is invaluable, as it equips us to approach life's obstacles with a grounded sense of purpose. Purpose is a powerful motivator, especially during times of difficulty. Marcus Aurelius viewed purpose not as a grand or mystical concept, but as something found in everyday actions aligned with values. By committing to principles such as humility, wisdom, or compassion, he found purpose in his role as a ruler, philosopher, and individual. Through this perspective, purpose isn't something to be achieved or discovered. Rather, it's created by consistently acting in alignment with what we believe in. Consider how purpose can shift your focus during challenging times. If you value compassion, then even when faced with a personal struggle, finding ways to help others can give you a sense of meaning. This sense of purpose doesn't eliminate the hardship, but it brings a new dimension to your experience, allowing you to move forward with a feeling of fulfillment. Mindfulness is closely tied to values in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius practiced a form of mindful reflection, regularly examining whether his actions aligned with his core principles. In meditations, he would often review his day, asking himself if he had acted according to his values, or if he had allowed anger, fear, or pride to cloud his judgment. This reflective practice is a powerful tool for staying grounded in our values and ensuring that we act with intention. To apply this in your own life, consider setting aside a few minutes each day to review your actions and decisions. Ask yourself whether you acted in alignment with your values and identify any areas where you can improve. This mindful practice not only reinforces your commitment to your values, but also helps you become more intentional in your choices, cultivating a sense of purpose and resilience. When we focus on our values, we free ourselves from the need for external validation. Marcus Aurelius cautioned against seeking approval from others, as he believed that true strength comes from within. He wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people but care more about their opinion than our own." For Marcus, living by his values allowed him to find contentment from within rather than depending on the praise or acceptance of others. By focusing on values rather than external opinions, we can maintain our sense of self-worth and clarity, even when facing criticism or opposition. When we act in alignment with our values, we gain confidence that is independent of others' judgments, allowing us to stand firm in our beliefs and choices. Living by our values is not a one-time decision but an ongoing commitment. Marcus Aurelius spent years refining his principles, using each day as an opportunity to strengthen his character. His philosophy reminds us that aligning with our values is a journey, one that requires patience, persistence, and self-compassion. There will be times when we fall short of our ideals, but these moments are part of the process. Instead of feeling discouraged, we can view them as opportunities for growth, using them to clarify our commitment to our values. Over time, this steady dedication to living by our principles shapes who we are, enabling us to face life's challenges with courage and integrity. In the end, focusing on our values provides a deep, unshakable foundation for navigating adversity. Values like honesty, resilience, and compassion help us define our path, regardless of external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius's philosophy encourages us to find strength and peace within ourselves, using our values as an anchor amid life's storms. By holding on to what we know is right, we stay centered and empowered, capable of facing any challenge with a sense of clarity and purpose. 6. Embrace solitude to find clarity. In an era of constant noise and relentless demands on our attention, the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us of the profound value of solitude. Though he was one of the most powerful figures of his time, leading a vast empire with the weight of countless responsibilities on his shoulders, Marcus made it a priority to retreat within himself. He sought these moments of stillness to gain clarity, reconnect with his intentions, and realign his actions with his values. Solitude, he believed, is not about escaping the world, but about returning to oneself to cultivate resilience and insight. Solitude holds a unique place in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics saw solitude not as a withdrawal from life's challenges, but as a way to prepare for them. For Marcus Aurelius, solitude was an opportunity to step back from the distractions of his daily life, allowing him to listen to his own thoughts and gain insight into his actions. In Meditations, he wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." These words remind us that our most profound source of strength and wisdom lies within, accessible only through intentional moments of solitude. The Stoics valued solitude because it offered a break from the influence of external opinions and social pressures, enabling them to cultivate an independent mind. By stepping away from the distractions of daily life, Marcus could reflect on his goals, align with his values, and ultimately make decisions from a place of clarity and calm. Solitude, therefore, was not just a break from the world but a means to engage with it more effectively, armed with a sense of purpose and direction. In today's fast-paced world, finding moments of solitude can feel challenging. Between work obligations, social media notifications, and the constant buzz of digital communication, we often struggle to make time for quiet reflection. However, even a few minutes of solitude each day can offer remarkable benefits. This practice does not require hours of meditation or total isolation. It simply requires setting aside a small window of time to step away from external distractions and tune into our own thoughts. Imagine starting each day with a few moments of quiet. This could mean sitting silently with your morning coffee, taking a mindful walk in nature, or simply closing your eyes and focusing on your breath. These moments allow you to connect with yourself, creating a mental space where clarity can emerge. Marcus Aurelius practiced this form of daily solitude, reminding himself of his values and goals each morning. This brief retreat from the noise of life provided him with the mental strength to face whatever challenges awaited him. One of the greatest gifts of solitude is the opportunity it provides for self-awareness. In solitude, we become more attuned to our thoughts, emotions, and inner motivations. This process of self-reflection is essential for personal growth and resilience, as it helps us understand ourselves on a deeper level. Marcus Aurelius used his moments of solitude to examine his mind, often asking himself if his actions aligned with his principles. Through this practice, he developed a greater understanding of his strengths, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. In solitude, we can ask ourselves meaningful questions. What are my values? What am I hoping to achieve? How do I respond to challenges? This form of self-inquiry leads to a greater understanding of our own motivations, fears, and desires, enabling us to make conscious choices rather than simply reacting to life circumstances. Solitude, then, is not a withdrawal from life but a way to engage with it more mindfully and intentionally. In a world filled with external opinions and advice, it's easy to lose sight of our own thoughts and desires. Solitude offers a refuge from these influences, allowing us to reconnect with our inner voice. Marcus Aurelius observed that much of the stress and anxiety we experience comes from external distractions. He believed that by retreating inward, we can tune out the noise and focus on what truly matters to us. People try to get away from it all. To the country, to the beach, to the mountains, he wrote. You always have the option of retiring into yourself. This retirement into oneself is a reminder that we don't need to escape physically to find peace. Rather, we can cultivate a sense of calm and clarity wherever we are. By regularly disconnecting from external pressures, we give ourselves the mental space to process our experiences, evaluate our goals, and make choices that reflect our true intentions. This clarity empowers us to act from a place of inner alignment, reducing the influence of external pressures and enhancing our resilience. Solitude is a powerful tool for building resilience. When we spend time alone, we confront our own thoughts, fears, and insecurities, which can be uncomfortable but ultimately strengthens our inner resolve. By facing these aspects of ourselves, we learn to rely on our own inner resources rather than seeking validation or support from others. Marcus Aurelius found that through solitude, he could cultivate a self-reliance that allowed him to face challenges with courage and clarity. He wrote, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength, which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." This process of looking within helps us to identify our strengths and capabilities, fostering a sense of confidence that is independent of external circumstances. When faced with adversity, we can draw on this inner strength knowing that we have faced ourselves and are prepared to face the world. Solitude, then, is not only a way to find clarity but a way to cultivate resilience, equipping us with the mental fortitude to handle life's challenges with grace and composure. In the silence of solitude, clarity often emerges. When we quiet the mind and let go of the need to solve everything immediately, our thoughts can settle, and solutions can naturally come to the surface. Marcus Aurelius found that by stepping back from the noise of his responsibilities, he could gain new insights and perspectives. This clarity is not forced, but arises naturally when we create space for it. In Meditations, he writes, "Be content to seem what you really are." This advice suggests that by removing ourselves from the expectations of others and embracing our true selves, we can find a clarity that is both authentic and liberating. To cultivate this clarity, consider making solitude a regular practice. Whether it's through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting quietly, these moments allow you to let go of worries and see your situation with fresh eyes. In this state of quiet awareness, you may find solutions, ideas, or realizations that had been obscured by the noise of everyday life. Solitude, then, becomes a wellspring of insight, offering us the wisdom we need to navigate life's challenges. Marcus Aurelius's practice of solitude was not an occasional retreat but a daily ritual. Each day he set aside time to reflect, write, and reconnect with his inner self. This consistency was key to maintaining his clarity and resilience. For those of us living in the modern world, making solitude a daily habit can bring similar benefits. By carving out just a few minutes each day for quiet reflection, we can create a steady source of peace and clarity that strengthens us over time. Try setting aside a specific time each day to practice solitude, whether it's in the morning, during a lunch break, or before bed. Use this time to breathe, reflect, or journal about your thoughts and feelings. Over time, this simple ritual can become a powerful anchor, grounding you amid life's ups and downs and providing you with the clarity to make intentional choices. Ultimately, solitude offers a path to inner peace. In solitude, we come face to face with ourselves, learning to accept our flaws, fears, and dreams without judgment. Marcus Aurelius found peace not in escaping his duties, but in accepting himself as he was, with all his imperfections. By embracing solitude, we embark on a journey of self-acceptance and self-compassion, discovering a sense of peace that comes from within rather than from external sources. This journey toward inner peace is a lifelong process, but each moment of solitude brings us closer to a place of calm and clarity. In these moments, we realize that we are enough, just as we are, and that true strength comes from within. Marcus's wisdom reminds us that in a noisy, chaotic world, solitude is a sanctuary where we can find the clarity, strength, and resilience to face life's challenges with grace and courage. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember these lessons from Marcus Aurelius. Shift your perspective, embrace control over your reactions, and accept the impermanence of all things. Life's challenges may test you, but they can't define you. What defines you is how you choose to respond. Thank you for watching. If you found wisdom in these ancient words, subscribe for more timeless advice on resilience and inner peace. Until next time, remember, what stands in the way becomes the way.